All right. Thank you for staying with us. The conversation is still, deepening the thought about the local government impasse in Osun State, the state of the local government in the state of the Living Spring, where it's been, quite of a disappointment. If you ask me what has been happening, quite disappointing. Settlement of nothing at the local councils, nothing and almost nothing. That's on February, workers, the National Union of Local Government Employees, NOGE, have left the various local government secretariats, for fear of their lives. That's what, for security concerns, that was the reason they gave, especially after the chaos that greeted that, the court pronouncement in Akure, and in which the APC, All Progressives Congress in Osun State, are laying claim to that it is, or it signifies, connotes the return of their mandate, and so they went there to say they have resumed to those local councils and the PDP camp as well, and there was a fracas that killed, some number of people, and now we are here at the front, local government front, now that we know that there's financial autonomy. Many persons are looking at it to say, is that the cross of the matter? Who is in charge? APC, Osun are saying they were the ones in charge. The PDP in Osun are saying they are the ones in charge. And just last week, over the weekend, there was this news that, with head funds have now been paid, and there are allegations that it wasn't paid into the conventional account, and the Osun PDP and of course NOGE themselves said this account was paid into a newly arranged or newly opened UBA account, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. There is account in various local council statutory accounts that these monies are supposed to be paid in, and now their words are sued. In fact, I think it's was the Attorney General of Osun State who went to court to say, a motion ex parte and all of those things. But then, this is where we are right now. There have been denial. We learned, actually, that the CBN and the Federal Ministry of Health was approached, and they are saying, if you say we have paid, provide, the evidence to this. Yet, we had a local government chairman, that of the APC at the South, Honorable Kola Salami, who said, yes, he can confirm that it has been paid, and there's the back and forth. Look, the NOGE members are saying they are not going to work with the leadership of the NOGE, saying they are not going to work with these current APC chairmen and councillors because they are not supposed to be in charge. Remember, the Nigerian Bar Association, among many other pressure groups, took a position like a month ago, a few weeks ago, on this matter to say it is not ambiguous. That's the position of the National MBA after our committee returned their work and say it is. This mandate belongs to the February 22 elected chairman and councillors of the PDP. Here we are this morning. Until now, Osun people have been left quite almost embarrassed with this back and forth 7 months after. Today on the program, we have with us those who will lend their voice to this matter. We are being joined by the special advisor to Governor Adeleke, that's Governor of Osun State, on legal matters. And of course, he's a lawyer, Barrister Nurudeen Kareem. He joins us virtually. Barrister, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Barrister Kareem, if you can hear me, please unmute. Please unmute your device and talk to us if you can hear us. All right, while we wait for Mr. Kareem, we are being joined as well by Mr. Abubakar Abdulbasit Olalekon. He's a lecturer at the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ilorin, and also an APC chieftain. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Abubakar.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Honorable Kareem, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. I hope you can hear me too.
All right, we can hear you as well. Good morning. We want to urge you, gentlemen, please speak up
So
that our people can hear you. Now, here we are. Mr. Abubakar, let me start with you. The current, as we know right now, the most current is the fact that local government funds that withheld, we don't know if it's 6 months or 7 months, but at least 6 months of the withheld Osun LG funds have been paid. We have had confirmation from a member of your party, the chairman at the South local government, who said, yes, it has been paid. But that day, I remember, we urged him, was he paid into the statutory conventional local government account that have been existing before? He dilly-dallied on that, but he said what he can confirm that it has been paid. And we were thinking, was it a newly opened bank account as alleged by Osun PDP or the NOLGI in Osun State? If you, I'd like you to just run us up to speed your thoughts on these paid local government allocation. Mr. Abubakar.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. The issue of the local government account, I think it is no longer a news to the people of Osun State. And I can also say that the local government funds, as expected, has been deposited into the accounts of the various local governments in Osun State. And this has been paid, as it is in the public domain. It has been paid into local government account domicile with the United Bank for Africa, UBA, yes. So the money has been paid into statutory local government accounts following, following the law as it should be.
What makes it statutory? When you say statutory, a newly opened bank account, a new arrangement, which sounds suspicious to many persons. There are accounts that exist at various local councils for years, for decades. This has always been the account that received this money. How come a new bank account was opened and and the money was paid into that account? Why? Is that right?
Okay, so I'd like to be very clear on something.
Yes, please.
Like we all know, it's a public knowledge. A local government account is not only run by the executive arm of the local government. Career civil servants are also signatories to these accounts. And of course, it is also known to us that members of these statutory local government staff who are also meant to also be signatories to these accounts are members of the Union of Local Government Workers, which is NOGE. And so since February this year, NOGE has, with all due respect, has made itself an appendage of the state government, by saying that they will not resume into various offices, they will not resume to offices, they would not, and so which clearly shows that NOGE is, clearly sabotaging, the operations of the local government, who are, of course, supposed to be the government at the grassroots, who are, of course, have to tend to the daily or to the day-to-day activities of government. Now, money has to be deposited. And so, if you ask me, I think it's also a public knowledge. The federal government, a waiver was granted, for people who are also statutory local government workers who are to be appointed as treasurers, who are also, local government staff. And so these are the people who are signatories to the account. So they are also local government staff. Since NOGE, it is even a dereliction of duty on the part of these local government officials who has refused to cooperate with government. The business of trade union is to, number one, the business of trade union is to, of course, see to the welfare of their workers, but that should not be at the detriment of government. They should not stampede the government. Now they are uncooperative. They are bent on stampeding the activities of government. They are bent on, affecting the smooth running of government. So government, administration must continue. People are left at the local government to continue to suffer. So that should not be. And so as a result of that, these monies were not paid into private personal accounts of any individual. They are paid into government accounts of the local government. And of course, all the statutory signatories are carried along, just like I have mentioned.
All right, Mr. Abubakar, let's quickly move to Barrister Kareem. Barrister Kareem, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, Barrister Kareem, considering the drama playing out right now, you just heard Mr. Abubakar confirming the fact that those monies were actually paid into the accounts of local governments and they were paid into statutory account. That's in public domain. However, Barrister Kareem, the CBN and the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation came out to deny those claims, saying the monies were not paid, that you should show evidence. That's one. And we also understand, Barrister Kareem, that the PDP has gone to court to get an injunction to suspend or stay the disbursements of those funds. Now, what should we believe? You are SA legal to the governor. What exactly is the situation right now as far as the LG funds are concerned?
Well, in the first place, before I go to that question, I will quickly respond to what my brother on the other side has just said. As regards the local government accounts, it is public knowledge. We do say government is a continuum. Who are the officials that make government to be a continuum? They are workers. They are staff. Because when an administration comes in, after the lapse of its tenure, another administration will come in, the government will remain the same. The account of the government will remain the same. It is the officials, staff, who are account officers of each local government. They are the normal signatories to the account. The account opened by APC chairman who have already been sacked by the court cannot be regarded as local government accounts, because before they forcibly took control of the local government in February this year, accounts of local government have been in existence. And I want to make something clear. The judgment this year to the fact that autonomy has been granted to the local government, the judgment did not state that each local government should open another account. Before the judgment was given, each local government.
Barrister Kareem, are you still with us?
And for them to not open another account, it is illegal. People who are supposed to be signatory to local government accounts are staff, are workers, are officials, not elected officials who will spend there for 3 years and go. So the account opened, sacked local government APC chairman cannot be regarded as an account for the local government. How would the chairman and somebody just unpicked, probably on the streets, made a treasurer? How will we regard such as an account for the deposit of allocations belong to the entire citizens of Osun State? So in the first place, I want to debunk that. The account opened by the APC, sacked APC chairman, and their picked treasurers, illegal accounts.
Barrister Kareem.
Each local government in Osun State has been taken an account before. That's that. As to whether they paid the money or not, they are paid money into these illegal accounts. I was with their lawyers at the Federal High Court on Monday in Abuja. And when you are talking about the denial, their denial was not straightforward, because counsel to Osun State government rose to tell the court, to report them to the court, to report CBN and Accountant General of the Federation, who are respondents in the matter before the court. The counsel to BDP, the counsel to the Osun State government informed the court that they had paid the money. In order to avoid being rebuked by the court, the counsel to CBN and Accountant General of the Federation rose and started saying that we were saying they had paid the money without giving the court any documentary evidence. They were not saying directly that the money had not been paid. All they could only tell the court on Monday was that the Osun State Government Council that informed the court that Accountant General and CBN had invalid
All right, Barrister Kareem. Barrister Kareem, if you can still hear me, I would like you to address... Yes, Barrister Kareem, I believe you're still with us. Can you hear us, Barrister Kareem? Now, here's my point. That's my point exactly, okay? We know from various sources, like you confirmed now, that even in court, you
yes, I can hear you, I can hear you.
Okay, so we know that the monies have been paid into those accounts, and it was also confirmed by the APC chieftain, Mr. Bubakar, who just spoke before you now, that the monies have been paid. But the court is saying that you should provide evidence, okay? You said the CBN could not deny anymore. The CBN and the office...
It is not in court. It is not in court. It was not the court that said we should provide the evidence.
Okay, so who said you should provide evidence?
The CBN counsel. The CBN counsel.
Okay, the CBN is the one asking you. All right, all right.
In order to, yes, the CBN counsel, in order to avoid being rebuked by the court for not advising their client appropriately to comply with the order, subsisting order of that court, that all parties should maintain status quo. The order was given in June that all parties must maintain status quo, but now to avoid being reproved by the court, they rose up and told the court and told the Osun State Council that he should provide documentary evidence.
Barrister Kareem, sorry to cut in.
That between Thursday, when the money was paid.
Yeah, sorry to cut in, Barrister Kareem. What they did, yes, what they did and what the CBN, what the counsel to the CBN and Attorney General did, it's quite normal. You will do the same thing. If you were their counsel, I would do the same thing. So it's common sense for them to do that. Yes, even before they did that, I expected them to do that.
It wasn't denial. It wasn't straightforward.
The point is, Barrister Kareem, however,
they were only telling the court.
Yes. The point is, do you have the evidence? Do you have the evidence now? That's a question. Now that the story has changed to provision of evidence, do you have the evidence that the monies have been paid?
We have evidence now that they have paid money into those illegally opened accounts.
Oh. All right, please hang in there. Okay, Barrister Kareem. Yeah. All right, please hang in there. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with the conversation. Please stay with us, gentlemen.
Thank you for staying with us. We have Mr. Bubakar here, an APC chieftain and university lecturer, and of course, the special advisor to Governor Adeleke on legal matters is still with us, talking about the impasse at the local government and the allegations and counter-allegations surrounding the payment of the withheld, local government funds in Osun State. Let me start with Mr. Nurudeen before I come to Mr. Bubakar. Barrister, do you feel right that the die is cast, you have been defeated in this quest of yours for the mandate that you have been claiming that the courts have given you, the NBA has endorsed, and many persons have said it is yours, especially as far as this LG fund is concerned, because now you can only work when you have money, and in which that kind of money is the one that the state government have been shouldering, which has been on everybody. But finally now, 6 months fund have been paid into, that particular account that you and your men doesn't have access to. And ordinarily, logically, one would think he who has the money would do the work, and it feels like the federal government has endorsed, has accepted, and they are working, with the APC chairman and councillors. Do you feel defeated?
We are not defeated, and of course, we remain the PDP chairman elected on the 22nd of February 2025, remain the authentic, democratically elected and recognized chairman of various local governments in Osun State, as recognized by the ruling of the Court of Appeal given on the 13th of June this year. Let me emphasize something. The fact that the federal government has paid money into the account opened by sacked APC chairman does not mean that we have been defeated. The federal government cannot override. Even Mr. President's order or action cannot override the decision and position of the court. As we speak to you, the position of the Court of Appeal remains that PDP chairman elected on the 22nd of February 2025 are the authentic chairman of local government.
But the federal government appear to have recognized, Honorable, the federal government appear to have recognized the APC camp as the authentic one because they are relating with them. They are paid the money.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The federal government's position cannot override the position of the court.
Are you saying the federal government position is illegal on this matter? What they have done is illegal.
What they have done is illegal, and their lawyers know that it is legal. That was why their lawyers before the federal court on Monday stylishly denied payment of the allocation, because till today there is a subsisting order by the Federal High Court that all parties should maintain status quo. And who are the parties before the court? The CBN, the Accountant General, then the Attorney General of the state. So that order, the payment of the allocation by the CBN or Accountant General of the Federation was in violation of the injunction of the Federal High Court.
All right, Honorable, I will come to you.
And I'm emphasizing this.
All right, we'll come to you shortly. Hold on, sir. We'll come back to you.
Denied payment.
All right, we'll come to you. Mr. Abubakar, you've heard him said what your party seems to be enjoying, your chairman, your councillors, the federal government, in fact, everybody in that line, by paying that withheld money, is no more withheld now. The payment has been done, is illegal. And number two, when you were making a submission earlier, you said the federal government gave a waiver, and, the account officers. So I'd like to know, because there are statutory career officers, the director of finance, the treasurer, and all of those persons supposed to be signatory in the receipt of this particular fund. So which ones did you work with? Did your party work with? Number two, which waiver are you talking about?
Okay, so thank you very much. Well, I like to categorically state that the accounts in which the money was deposited are accounts opened in the name of the local government by the local government. And we have to be very clear on something. Just like I said, there is something that is called doctrine of necessity. You are a staff of the local government. You have your duties and responsibilities. You have chosen to abandon it because you want to side with the government. Show must continue. People at the grassroots must enjoy the dividend of democracy. This money belongs to them. It has to be spent on them to meet their day-to-day needs. And so the doctrine of necessity necessitates that, treasurers be appointed from the ranks of people in the local government who are ready to work with the government at the grassroots.
Mr. Abubakar, you mean just like that? Mr. Abubakar, you mean just like that because of quote-unquote doctrine of necessity, your camp, your party at the local councils appointed new officers because the show must go on arbitrarily?
No. Yeah, well, I think we have to understand the definition of arbitrary here. Okay. The point we're making is that there are statutory officers who should even be facing prosecution for abandoning, their statutory responsibilities.
But they have not been removed.
As workers at the local government.
They have not been removed.
Now
they have been replaced.
Since February, they have claimed to be on strike. They are claiming they can no longer, they are not going to. In fact, even Nogia at the state level made it expressly clear that they are not going to work with APC local government chairman.
So, Mr. Abubakar, are you charging them?
So the point in emphasis, Mr. Abubakar, emphasis is, okay.
Sorry to cut in. Are you charging them with dereliction of duty? Is that what you're saying?
in my personal opinion, that is the dereliction of duty. I am an employee somewhere. I'm appointed to teach. And of course, all the paraphernalia of work has been provided. So because, for example, maybe because I do not like a certain administration, I now abandon that responsibility. In my own opinion, that is the dereliction of responsibility.
No, what I want you to confirm,
that is dereliction of duty.
Yeah, as you have said, is dereliction of duty. What I want you to confirm is because those officers were not on ground, because they were with Nolge, and because they took a position, the APC-led administration at the local councils appointed new officers across the local government without going through the normal process. Because the
what
APC,
is normal process?
Hold on,
definition,
sir. Hold on, sir. The APC didn't appoint or employ these people. Neither did the PDP employ them. It's not the parties. They were career officers.
Yes.
And if anybody was going to charge them for dereliction of duty, there's a process of discipline or disciplinary process that should be followed. What you thought was because they didn't come to work, because they are members of Norgay, in which they cited security concerns, you feel they have not been working. So the APC appointed new officers that played along with them, open new accounts, and now you have the fund. Make that make sense.
Well, the point I'm making is this. These people are government officials. It is not important whether it is PDP or government that is in office, all right? But they are they are employed to work with government, whoever that is there. Now, these people, the Norgay, which they are part of, is saying that they are not going to work with APC-led local government, duly elected local government chairman.
So where did you see these officers? Where did you see these people that you just upgraded?
They are local government staff. That's the point. They are local government staff, meaning that they are also, by law, they are local government staff. They were not unpicked on the streets. They are staff of the local government. And doctrine of necessity necessitates that what has to be done has to be done. Which we should ask, or should people should ask the very important question. For good 8 months, local government have been shut. There are a lot of needs at local government that have been neglected. Should we also fold our hands and wait, for the local, for Norgay that has become an appendage of the government to hold the state to ransom?
All right.
Of course, if you ask me, that is the height of illegality.
All right.
And that is why I said, in my opinion, these individuals are even liable, to be sued for dereliction of responsibility.
All right, Mr.
Duly elected local government chairman of APC, they are in office, they are recognized by the law as statutory leaders of the government at the grassroots. And so show must continue. APC has moved past
Are they recognized by the law or by CBN and the Attorney General of the Federation?
Who are you referring to? Are you saying the APC chairman?
Chairman, yes, that's what I'm saying. Are they recognized by the law or by the CBN and the Attorney General of the Federation?
Yes, they are recognized by the law. That is the status of things now. The APC.
Which law exactly? Is it the appeal court? Is it the appeal court ruling that Barrister Nurudeen just talked about that still sustains the PDP chairman? Which one exactly are you talking about?
There is an appeal court judgment that restates when Governor Adeleke came, Governor Oyetola conducted an election October 15, 2022 that brought in these newly elected local government chairmen in. I think we are all aware of that. When Adeleke government came, these local government chairmen were kicked out of the local government upon a ruling of the High Court. And they have been restated by an appeal court. And so that is the status of things. These people are still the local government, the substantive local government chairmen and councillors in Osun State, yes.
All right, let me quickly go to Barrister. Let me go to Barrister Nurudeen. This matter has dragged for so long. Barrister Nurudeen, are you still with us?
How it is, sir?
Okay, the APC, Mr. Abubakar, who is an APC chieftain, is claiming that their chairman have been reinstated. I wanted to ask him if that clause, that statement was actually in the ruling, reinstatement. But that's not my major question. I'd like you to address that as well if we have the time. But the question is this, Barrister Nurudeen, did you succeed in getting an injunction to stop the CBN or UBA from disbursing those funds that were paid into those accounts that you claimed?
Thank you. Let me firstly quickly answer your first question. You know, the issue, we have been dragging it for so long, but thank God, the appeal court cleared it in June this year. Their purported judgment, their purported restatement was traced to the judgment given in February by the same appeal court. It became a subject of controversy. There was nowhere in that judgment where the Court of Appeal said they were restated, but they were deliberately, mischievously misinterpreting the judgment. But fortunately for the people of Osun State, the same Court of Appeal had the opportunity to make pronouncement on the same subject matter in June, about 4 months later, after their purported judgment. And in that June ruling, the same Court of Appeal made it expressly clear that APC chairmen were not reinstated. As a matter of fact, the Court of Appeal did not stop there. The same Court of Appeal went further to recognize the PDP chairman, freshly elected, democratically elected on the 22nd of February 2025. If anybody argues again that APC chairmen were reinstated, the person is only being mischievous. That was a settled matter. The Court of Appeal ruling of June 13 had settled it, nothing else. And that is why you will see the position of the NBA as a national body who have taken a body of men who have taken oath to uphold the law.
So, Barrister, hold on. Sorry to cut in. Barrister Nurudeen. Sorry to cut in, Barrister Nurudeen. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation is an institution, a respected institution in Nigeria. Are you saying that the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation does not understand the law? Is that what you're saying? By acknowledging the APC chairman and paying the money to their... Are you saying they do not understand the law?
We are in Nigeria. I will not say the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation does not understand the law, but he understands the law. But in my opinion, he is being deliberately mischievous by recognizing APC chairman already sacked by the court. As a lawyer, I have had the opportunity to challenge the Attorney General of the Federation to come out boldly and tell Nigerians that a local government election conducted with 3 months' notice is valid. As an SAN, he is. We respect him, but as far as this matter is concerned, he is not sincere at all. He has connived with the federal government in perpetration of executive lawlessness and impunity by recognizing APC chairman because they belong to the party that rules at the federal level. Now, to the permit me to quickly talk about the doctrine of necessity raised by my brother on the other side. With respect, my brother seems not to understand what that doctrine means. Of course, he's not a lawyer. The doctrine of necessity came to the fore during the regime of Alhaji Musa Yar'Adua when he fell sick, and there seemed to be a vacuum in the constitution as to what will be the position of the law when the president is sick, whether to hand over the governance at the federal level to the vice president or not. So that was when the National Assembly made a law to bring in the doctrine of necessity. The doctrine of necessity does not apply to the local government at all. Then I also want him to, I want to throw a challenge to my brother on the other side. This is not, NOGE is an interest group, it's a prayer group which can take a position against their but
before you do that, Barrister Nurudeen, please hold on. Before you do that, kindly attend to the second part of the question. I'm talking about the fact that you went to court to get an injunction to stop the bank from disbursing those funds.
Yes, of course. You see, we are happy that we were not too young to know what transpired during the regime of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor of Lagos State in 2004, when President Olusegun Obasanjo was ruling at the federal government. The same judiciary, the same court that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ran to for rescue from executive rascality, then the same judiciary is still in existence. And this, when we noted that the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is equally perpetrating what we call executive lawlessness. We are law-abiding people in Osun State. The government of Osun State is a law-abiding government. We could not take the laws into our own hand. We could not cause chaos. We ran to court. The same court that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ran to in 2004. We ran to court, and the court appropriately came to our rescue by granting us an injunction restraining the UBA bank from disbursing the money to the APC chairmen who are no longer recognized as chairmen under the law, who have been sacked by the court. As we speak, the injunction remains valid and subsisting, and that is why they can never access the money. The court is clear, the law is clear that when an order of the court must be obeyed until it is either set aside or vacated.
Barrister Nurudeen,
same court.
Barrister Nurudeen, are you saying that yes, the money the money have been paid, but then with that injunction that was gotten by your camp, the APC camp can never access that fund? Is that what you say?
They cannot until that injunction is vacated.
So the money is just there.
Remember one point I made earlier, Mr. Ojo, remember one point I made earlier that even the payment of the allocations by either the CBN or Accountant General is a violation of an order of the court, because immediately we instituted the matter before the Federal High Court in Abuja today in May or June, the Federal High Court gave us the same injunction restraining the CBN and Accountant General not to proceed to pay allocations into those illegal accounts opened in the name of local government by APC chairman already sacked by the court. And they respected that order. They obeyed that order until last Thursday, probably when they felt that by October, their non-existent tenure, their purported tenure, you know, remember, I emphasize the word purported and non-existent. Their purported tenure will lapse. That was why they were so desperate. It was the desperation that led them to probably coercing or persuading, prioritizing the CBN.
All right.
Accountant General.
Please hang in there.
Payment of allocation into those accounts.
Yeah, Barrister, please hang in there.
The Nigerian judiciary has come to the rescue of the good people of Osun State.
All right, please hang in there.
An injunction restraining the UBA bank from disbursing the money to them.
We'll come to you. We'll come to you. Mr. Abubakar, now, I'd like you to establish two things for me. Number one, why was it necessary that another account be opened on behalf of the local governments in Osun State? Can you please confirm that? What was the necessity?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I go into that, a barrister threw a challenge at me, stating a local reference for the doctrine of necessity. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a historian, a competent one at that. And I try to, I like to tell barrister that the doctrine of necessity did not even have a Nigerian origin at all. The case of the Union of the Realms, 1607, that is the origin of the doctrine of necessity. So Nigeria has adopted it in several instances in the past, just like other countries of the law. I think that's a point of history that I really need to make clear. Secondly, on your question about the necessity, just like I said, we have said that over and over again. People, career officers who are meant to be signatories to the local government account abandoned their works, saying that they are not going to work. It's a government that is recognized by law. So in that instance, government is not going to fold its arms. and allow people at the local level to suffer. APC government does not fancy people that they are meant to govern suffering unnecessarily. So that is what brought about what I call the doctrine of necessity. So that is the necessity. The necessity is that governance must continue. People have to benefit from the dividend of democracy. People's needs have to be met. Yes.
Point made, but the lawyer has said with that court injunction that was gotten actually earlier in the week, the money might have been paid, but you can never have access to it. So we are back to 0 point, isn't it?
It is laughable, honestly. It is laughable. And I find it funny, with all due respect.
Is your party spending it already?
No, I want you to understand the point, please. Okay. Even when we are not lawyers, it is a basic elementary law. There is jurisdictional issue here. For a matter affecting Osun State local government, injunction. It is dead on arrival.
Because hold on, Mr. Abubakar. The PDP, yes, I understand. They went to Oyo State simply because the judiciary in Osun State is on strike.
Simply because what?
The judiciary in Osun State is on strike. That was the excuse they gave. That's why they went to Oyo State.
That does not, let us unfold in just a couple of days and let us see whether this injunction will truly hold water or not.
Does your chairman and local government have access to it already?
I can confirm to you that the money has been paid into this local government account where the local government chairman and authorities have access. So just like I said, let us just...
Are they spending it already?
I cannot confirm that. I'm not a chieftain at the local government level, but let us watch as it unfolds. But I like to tell you, it is a basic elementary law thing.
Okay.
There is lack of jurisdiction.
All right.
So I don't know why
Kareem. All right, please hang in there, Mr. Abubakar. Let's quickly go to Barrister Kareem. Barrister Kareem, you just heard what Mr. Abubakar said. He's raising the question of jurisdiction on the part of the Oyo State High Court. How do you respond to that, Barrister Kareem? You are a lawyer. He's saying that they lack the jurisdiction.
I will excuse him. I will excuse him because he's not a lawyer. If a lawyer had said that, I would have known what my response would be. But he's not a lawyer. He's not a lawyer, so I will excuse him. But he's talking about rudimentary issue of rudiments in law as to jurisdiction. Yeah, jurisdiction is rudimentary. It goes to the basis of any suit filed. But I would like to, I will not call it giving this counsel. When the court gives an injunction, that injunction remains valid until it is set aside. Nobody can be arguing the issue of jurisdiction outside the court. Anybody who is not favored by a judgment can conclude.
Mr. Kareem, sorry. Mr. Kareem, I beg your pardon. Please hold that thought. We really need to go on a quick break. You continue from there when we return. Please stay with us.
All right. Thank you for staying with us. We're on the home stretch right now, and we have been talking about the debacle as far as the Osun LG impasse is concerned and the payment of local government funds. And we have, an educationist and, of course, AP chieftain with us, Mr. Abubakar. Thank you for staying with us. Now, let me quickly ask you, now that we are here, do you think with this development, and what we have seen so far, the feeler on the street, I'm not talking about state level. Now, this is Osun State, I get, but I want you to get me right, and the people that are watching us, not just what is coming from the state as a state, but as far as this local government impasse is concerned, the feelers on the street, and when we take reports, when we do voice pop, when we talk to people, even as professionals, is that the Osun people, many Osun people, let me put it that way, are not happy with your party because they believe you are just intentionally doing this to waylay, the Osun State government and to just, make sure you have a shot at power do you think you are still popular, or Osun APC is still popular, especially with what we have seen so far? Do you think they like whatever you are doing to them?
Well, I like to correct that impression, and I like to say that is just a personal opinion of whoever that might be saying that. Osun APC is still very much popular. And as a matter of fact, Osun APC is doing everything in its power with regards to this local government matter to ensure that people at the grassroots benefit immensely from the funds that are meant for them. So you see what Osun APC is trying to do by upholding, of course, thanks to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for being very courageous for, the local government autonomy. You see that the president was at the vanguard of it. And the reason for that is that it is already observed that dividends of democracy was not trickling down to the grassroots where it was meant to be. And so that is the essence of the whole local government autonomy. And so what Osun APC is trying to do on this local government matter is to ensure that monies that are meant for the people actually get to them. You understand? And by this new development, you see a lot of changes at the grassroots. The OES cadets, we all know the works that they were doing at the local government.
Of course.
And so, these people are coming back. OMIL is coming back. You see a lot of rejuvenation.
All right, we'll wait for that. Because for us, it's about the people. Whatever party A to party Z, is about the Osun people. Because they deserve it. Development being enjoyed, just like talking about the autonomy in different states. Osun people, the money is for Osun people. That is APC, or PDP, or LP. Yes. And that's a good way to put it. Let me quickly go to Barrister Nurudeen. I want to go a bit political on this one. Many Osun people believe your party, you supported President, even when it's not 2027, the Osun PDP, your principal, Mr. Governor, has said, come 2027, no matter who any party is bringing, they are going to be supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And many political watchers saw that you are just looking for everything possible to have a kind, delivery from Abuja. But it seems Abuja has played you in a kind of way, and you are not receiving the favors that you think you will receive. What are you left with right now?
Well, Mr. Joe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. Nigerians can hear you.
Yeah, before I go to that, please, before you went on a break, I was trying to make a point, and you said I will resume the point.
That's right.
By the time you come
please
back.
Start from there. Go ahead.
Please, I would like. Please, can you permit me to drive my point home before going to another?
Go ahead.
As to the raised issue of jurisdiction, as to the injunction obtained from the High Court of Oyo State, and I said because he's not a lawyer, I will excuse him. Notwithstanding, the matter is subject before the court, but I will just give some enlightenment as to the lies being peddled around by APC lawyers. Jurisdiction that he has mentioned goes to the root of every suit before the court. Yes, that one is done. But I want to tell him something quickly. In law, when you take somebody to court in a civil matter, the law is that you take the person to court where the person lives or where the person carries on business. I'm talking about a civil matter now, not criminal matter. The german question that I want to emphasize here is that, does UBA, the first question is, who in the new suit, who is the respondent? Of course, the UBA. The next question is, does UBA have a branch in Oyo State? Yes, it has a branch. And the position of the law is that you can take somebody to court. You can sue the person either where he lives or where he carries out business. So, apart from the fact.
Sorry to cut him, right, Nurudeen. So sorry. I'd like us to clarify this point. So sorry to cut him because you are a lawyer. The question is, was the account opened in Osogbo or in Oyo State?
Yeah, that's really.
The account was opened at UBA Bank.
UBA Bank, where is it domiciled? Yes. Is it Osogbo or Oyo State?
Yes, of course, it is domiciled in Osogbo.
So what are we talking about?
Yes, no. I want to ask you a question. If you have an account with the UBA in Osogbo, can you withdraw in Oyo State or not? It's a question.
Go ahead and make your point, sir. Please go ahead and make your point.
So, the fact that the UBA bank is one bank, the fact that you open an account with a branch does not mean you cannot go to Lagos and withdraw your money at UBA bank in Lagos.
I know, but the operation is domiciled in Osogbo. That's the point I just want to clarify.
I'm not telling you. Many of them do not understand that. Some people who have done mistaken payment, who have mistakenly made payment in some accounts, they've always approached courts to get their money back. Is it a law that they must go to the court where the bank they open the account is domiciled? No. If I wrongly pay money into a UBA account, I can sue the bank. I can pay another in Ibadan as long as that bank carries on business in that state. That's one. The second fact, he mentioned the issue of necessity the other time. Currently, Osun judiciary, Osun courts are under lock because of the industrial action embarked upon by judiciary workers. Now, because of that, any matter of extreme urgency like this, the plaintiffs will not have remedy. So when we are talking about jurisdiction, they do not open their eyes to the variables and nuances surrounding the matter. So I've given two now. Osun courts are under lock. The nearest court in Ibadan, the UBA that is a respondent has a business branch in Ibadan where he carries out business. That's just it. It settles the matter. Then the issue of jurisdiction is not what can be argued outside the court. If anybody believes that the court does not have jurisdiction, they should go to the court and argue it. We are ready for them. But as we speak now, the injunction remains valid and subsisting, and the bank cannot disobey the court.
All right, Barrister, point made. Let's move to other things. How about the political undertone that this, your principal, your entire party chose to support? They said they will support, as far as today is concerned. They are still standing on that promise that they will support Asiwaju come 2027. And many Osun political watchers are seeing that as you being diplomatic in the situation. But now that it looks like Abuja is not being kind to you, will you and your principal rescind that decision, or are you regretting that decision?
Well, we are not regretting the decision. This is not the first time that a Yoruba governor belonging to a party will be supporting a Yoruba president belonging to another party. We had the same experience in 2003 or so, when President Obasanjo, a Yoruba man, was the president and he was seeking re-election.
Barrister Nurudeen, sorry to cut him because of time. So sorry to cut him, but here is the same man you have accused here this morning of executive impunity. So forget about Yoruba, whatever. This is the same man you've accused of executive impunity this morning.
It's our decision, and we believe whatever President Bola Ahmed Tinubu decides, he is a subject of law too. His decision cannot override the position or order or judgment of the court. We are not leveraging on our support to Tinubu. If we have been doing that, we would not have been going to court. Before Governor Ademola Adeleke declared support for Tinubu, we have been in court. Even now, we are still in court. And that because we know what is happening is a matter of law. And the court has been settling it.
All right. So now that you have been left home, Barrister,
when we approach the court,
we have to go.
And the court has been doing the needful.
All right. We have to go. Now that it seems like you have been Osun PDP, Osun government, your chairman and councillors, with this latest development now, that it seems like you have been left home and dry. What's next for you?
The matter is because the court.
All right.
I can tell you boldly today that by God's grace, the authentic chairman, PDP chairman, recognized by the Court of Appeal, will be the one to have access to the money.
All right, we'll wait and see.
They are just doing drama.
We'll wait and see.
They are doing unnecessary drama.
Thank you.
They are doing unnecessary. The court will not allow them. Let me tell you, the court will not allow them.
You have told me already. Thank you very much. You have told Nigerians. Let me go to Mr. Abubakar. We take your final thought. Now that, you said you have the money and you have access when the time is right, or should people will see it, the set tenure was supposed to end this month. So what's the win for you? Do you think you have really won when you'll be going out this month?
You see, thank you very much. That's part of the inconsistencies that we're talking
30
about
seconds, please.
with
30
regard
seconds.
to Osun PDP. These were individuals that we said they were illegal ab initio. Now we are saying they have tenure, and that tenure is going to end next month. And please let us have it at the back of our mind. These people, having been duly elected, were kicked away, were kicked out of office until they were reinstated in the judgment in February this year. So you ask me, what happens to the past years that they have not been allowed to be in office? So of course, I want us to raise our mind.
So you are saying they have a fresh. So you are saying they have a fresh mandate starting from February. Is that the argument?
Yes, they have a fresh mandate from February because they have been inhibited. As a matter of fact, they have been.
So how do you intend, because of time, in just a few seconds, how do you intend to vacate the Ibadan High Court, injunction restraining you from getting access to the funds? How do you intend to vacate that?
I've just mentioned the issue of jurisdiction, and Barrister had made it a pedestrian argument.
Yes,
and
but until that ruling is vacated,
we are not going to preempt the courts.
Yes.
They have, in their own opinion, they have got an injunction.
Yes.
Whether that injunction stands, whether it is competent or not, let us wait.
The question is, how do you intend to vacate it? Are you going to court? That's the question.
We only vacate an injunction that is competent. In my own humble opinion, this injunction is not
irrelevant.
And as a matter of fact, it will not stop APC from having access to the fund that should belong to the people of Osun State.
Interesting days ahead. We must sincerely thank you for your time I take. But then the issue of tenure extension or tenure, if it will continue or it will be brought back, is a constitutional matter. I'm not sure if actually is just, it should be left to logic. Abubakar Abdul-Basit Olalekon, a lecturer and APC chieftain, it is good to speak with you. And you're making your debut on Morning Spring today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Of course, Barrister Nurudeen Kareem, special advisor to Governor Adeleke, and of course, a lawyer. Thank you very much for your time and your take.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
All right. May Osun State win in all of these. Femi Ojo is my name. We'll see you tomorrow.